Hi, Mandii J here with another Funko Pop review, and today we have Lara Croft from the new movie, or like the new version of Tomb Raider, and I just want to let you folks know that if you plan to see the movie, there will be spoilers in this video, so I definitely suggest seeing the movie before finishing this review, just because we will be talking about reasoning behind like why the pop is the way it is, and all of that stuff, so definitely go see the movie. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, the spoilers themselves aren't too heavy though, there's nothing earth-shattering we're going to be talking about, but yeah, I would recommend watching the movie first because it's actually a really good movie. It was one that I was expecting to be quite standard, turned out to surprise both of us in, a pleasant way, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And so it is, this is towards the end of the movie how this pop is necessarily posed, so that's why I'm just giving you guys a heads up. We may be talking about things about the movie, what's going on, so if you really don't want any spoilers, I suggest stopping the movie, putting it on your watch later list, and then coming back as soon as possible once you're done seeing the movie. Anyway, off to the box.
Yeah, so overall, just before we started filming this, I was quite confused as to what this design was in the background we were talking about. It looked very much like waves to me, but it also had like a smoke look to it. You thought maybe it could be marble.
Yeah, I was thinking it was some kind of stone, but I think I was more on the nose.
Yes.
Just because once you turn the box, you do see kind of like this cave-like wall, and that is kind of towards the end of the movie, where they are in the tomb itself. It very much is kind of this raw, earthy kind of rock that she is surrounded by, and I do love the character. The character looks really great on the side of the box. It has such a nice look to it.
The artwork is quite wonderful, and it really brings out the battle damage of it, which I do like quite a bit. That's interesting. I will say though that it looks like on her little like, I don't know what you call that weapon, ice pick. Thank you. The red section does have a lot of like chipping onto it. It looks like almost the paint's coming off, or that could even be a bit of blood. But on the actual figure, it's completely solid red. So there is some differences there as far as the artwork onto the actual figure.
Yep, and the character, I don't know if it's necessarily an ice pick. I know it's something to help with climbing. Yeah. I do see it often with people who are climbing like Mount Everest and things like that.
It's a very cool weapon, which works for the movie.
It's a climbing mechanism, which is used as a weapon. And see back here, you have a picture of her. You see the ships in the background.
This is
this really awesome kind of rocket cave. This isn't necessarily really relating to the movie. It kind of
relates more to the
sums
game.
It up and stuff. Yeah.
This is the only figure in the assortment, so there isn't any other versions of Lara Croft, nor is there any other versions of any character in the movie, which I think is a little disappointing. I don't really care for any of the other characters, but I think like a few different versions of Lara Croft, especially since this one is like so heavily battle damaged. Like this is very much screams like end fight Lara Croft to me. It'd be cool to get like some of the other ones, maybe not necessary, but it would have been neat. So,
and I would have if you think about it, in the movie, like there was no one really as like
visually pleasing,
or impactful. Like I feel like we really heavily focused. The villain isn't special. Yeah, like the villain's not really special.
I like his motivations, but just visually and for the story purposes, he's not one that you want to pop of.
See, the only one I can think of that I would want another pop of would be Himiko.
Is that her like love interest?
No, Himiko. No, oh my God, no. That's Lu Ren.
I'm not good with names. I know Lara Croft.
Queen Himiko, the Death Queen.
Oh, the corpse?
Yeah.
You want the corpse pop? Okay, honey.
Okay, no, because the thing is, I think that would be really cool because I like her design and everything.
But would she come with the coffin, or would it just be a dead body?
No, okay, no, because
have you
seen the like different pictures and stuff? I think they could do some really cool things, or like her before she like kind of.
It wouldn't really relate to the movie though, because we only see that based on like paintings.
Yeah, but I feel like because it's like the subject around like everything that's going on in the movie, Himiko is, and so I just figured it would be like a really cool thing to have.
She'd definitely be the most.
It would look really neat too.
As a
pop,
you
know. So that's why I'm kind of thinking like it would be neat. It wouldn't be like what everyone would be going for, but I think it would make an interesting pop idea.
Yeah, that sounds neat.
If you were to pick like other characters, because I'd rather have that before like the villain, or like her dad's not really much in the picture, and like Anne, the like family friend who's running the business, is like there's no one who's really like anchored as like a constant in the like if you look
not to mention
like,
they look very plain, like you wouldn't really be able to tell who they are other than the name on the box. But let's get this one out of the package and talk about the figure.
Okay.
So here she is out of package. First thing that you might notice is the fact that she does have quite a unique base. She can't not stand on her own, which is definitely disappointing.
Yeah, it's not like you can sit there and balance her like some of the other ones, and she kind of stands without the base. She right out falls, and it's just because of the unique stance and everything she has and how she's weighted. But she does have like this inner ring in the base, which is kind of cool.
I kind of like the design of it. I don't want this if they're only going to do it like for some. I really do want them to kind of pick a formula and stick with it so that they all look unified. However, I do like it just on this one.
And then also, if you didn't notice on the foot when he lifted up and showed, it's a circular peg instead of like that hexagon or like octagon like shape that some of the other pops have. Oh. I noticed, like, on the bottom of the foot, they're kind of more like...
I know, like, BB-8 has one of those. The majority of mine have circle ones, though. I'm not sure. But yeah, overall, the base is neat. As far as the actual figure is concerned, very, very strikingly interesting. I like it quite a bit. I like the damaged look about it. Lots of bruises, scrapes, dirt, and blood throughout the entire thing.
The blood isn't, like, overly done either.
No, yeah, they didn't go extreme. However, it's still very noticeable. It's not like a little, like, thing. They definitely have it on the arms there, along with scrapes. And they've used different shades of red and purples to express what's a cut and what's a scrape and what's like blood.
And what's new and what's old.
Yeah.
Compared to the scene.
She's got a lot of stuff on her back, which I think looks awesome. Yeah. I didn't notice that she's got a bow and arrow attached back there. She's got a little walkie-talkie.
She has
some rope. Super cool. So I like that a lot.
She does have quite a bit going on, and I really do like that kind of like small detail. Mm-hmm. So I think this is one that I think you would benefit from having outside of the box just because of how pleasing she is.
Totally agree. In the box, it's fine. Out of package, it looks really great.
I will have to say, she did still catch my eye out of box, like in box and everything. But I love the fact that her hair is in like this great kind of motion, and that you have all of this detail. And normally with like a light or medium colored like hair color, I feel like all the hair doesn't have like a nice kind of like texturing. Like I always want to go in and add like depth and everything. But I feel like with this, the light plays with it just right to where I feel like I don't need to like go in and add any washes or anything to like.
Yeah, they've done a lot of line work to it. I actually like the way that it looks like her hair's being pulled into the center, into the strap, and coming out the ponytail. I think that actually the sculpting of the hair is wonderful.
And I'm really kind of appreciative of that. And then even in the front, like in the sides, you really get that like really defined part in the like top. You have these nice kind of bangs. So I feel like her hair has been like taken care of. Like it was really like well thought out, and it like they took care sculpting that.
Yeah, I think it's quite nice. She, of course, can swivel her head. The swivel works really nicely, and it does kind of change up her pose, based on where you have it positioned. I kind of like this, actually. Yeah. I like that design. But yeah, she's holding a few weapons there. The ice pick, or the climbing tool that is used several times in the film, all at the end, but she uses it a few times in that end sequence. Yeah. And then, she chooses not to use it sometimes.
Yeah, definitely becomes her lifeline at the end. So it makes sense that she has this just because it helps her get out of the tomb and gives that one thing that kind of gives, it's like that last-ditch effort tool that she has.
It's almost like a signature weapon for her, other than the bow and arrow, in this film at least. And it's very visually striking, which, of course, works better on a figure, which I think is cool. I do like the stance. It's very much an action-ready stance. However, sorry.
Good job.
However, I think that
it's not like I just got this or anything.
A little cooler. Well, it's damaged. I'm just adding some more. It would be really cool if she was in some sort of action pose where she's jumping. She jumps a lot in the movie.
She does.
I think that it's something visually striking in the game, and they're trying to cross it over into the movie. I'm not quite sure, but there's quite a few slow-mo jump sequences where she does like a big jump, and you really see like the section where she's jumping from. So I think that would have been really natural for her, and really would have fit well. Yeah. Not to mention, I like these jumping style pops. It's really cool, and they look interesting. So I think that would have been quite nice for the Lara Croft one. Yeah,
definitely. And I do like the fact that here we have this ice pick or climbing tool, and we have the bow and arrow in the back and stuff. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't introduce her kind of signature dual guns. That that you kind of know her as.
One definitely is that.
Because they introduced that at the very end, where she because that's when she finally realizes that she might have to get her own kind of guns or whatnot. So she does get it at the very end, but I definitely feel like this is kind of like great that we at least get this pop before because it's definitely hinting to the fact that we're definitely going to get a sequel from this movie, I feel.
Assuming it does well box office wise.
Yeah, so I mean, they've definitely left the movie open for a sequel.
It's not expected to do well, though, so I actually wouldn't hold my breath. But
I would like a sequel, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I would totally watch it.
This would be great as a sequel, like, to have that, just because these kind of films are like The Mummy for me.
Oh, yeah, they're fun.
They're fun, they're super good to watch. They're like those mac and cheese movies, totally. Like... I kind of wish we had more of those coming out. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like we've kind of gone away from those kind of mac and cheese adventure kind of, movies. Yeah. So
it's nice to get one that's, very similar.
It excites me that we got this, even though it's a remake. I mean, my first PG-13 movie was Tomb Raider with
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I don't know why lately.
You can't quite say her first name.
I've had such a hard time. Well, like, before I thought about it, I can say it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can't say it. But it was like my first PG-13 movie was Tomb Raider. And so, I mean, I have a special place in my heart for these films.
Yeah, I grew up with them as well.
And this one, I will have to say, did great justice for it. I really like the way they took it.
They took it a little more seriously, too, and made her more of a real character, while Angelina Jolie was a very cool character, but didn't have a whole lot of depth. So they added a little bit to this, which
they gave her some flaws, and they gave her some struggles.
She was not perfect like Angelina Jolie.
So I'm really happy with this. I love this pose, and
the movie was cool, and the movie was
great.
Does the film justice. Overall, quite nice. Any final thoughts?
Other than, like, again, it's one of those things where I felt like the movie made the pop better.
Yeah, definitely.
Because before I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this new Tomb Raider and everything. Probably won't pick up the pop. Saw the movie, fell in love with the movie and the character, and I was like, well, and then once I saw the pop, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great pop. This has a great sculpt. It has great detailing. Just everything about it I really love. I don't really have anything to nitpick about because the paint, I don't see too much going on in paint that like I would have issues with. Everything seems pretty clean. The only issue is maybe like a little bit of the hair here or there, but other than that, this seems to be a very clean pop for it being like battle damaged. So I definitely suggest if you guys love the movie or if you guys are just a big fan of Lara Croft, get the pop.
Definitely recommend it.
Well, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to leave them.
And thanks so much for watching.